you, Miss Fern?
Oh, está muy bueno.
Really?
Sí. ¿Habla español?
No.
No, un poquito.
No.
Como talibou, très bien.
Not really.
That's French.
I knew it was French, but I don't know that one either.
Well, we've got hybrid libraries today.
That's right.
Okay. Virtual.
Virtual. And welcome to our virtual art gallery with Miss Fern Crossley, and we are featuring her late husband, Mr. Charles Crossley.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I can hear him now. Well, Fern, don't talk too much now. Because you know how you are.
Oh, well then you've got two talkers here.
No.
We might have a problem.
So how did you come up with this idea?
Well, me and Miss Maddie got our heads together and was trying to figure a way to do the art gallery, because normally the Macomb Library, in our art gallery, we will feature an artist for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And people can come in and view the gallery and sign to register. But because of the COVID and us being shut down, people can no longer come in, so we don't have art in this room anymore. We actually have turned it into a virtual story hour studio on one side, and then the other side we decided to do a virtual art gallery.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're gonna get local artists and show off their artwork so people can still see the beautiful art. And I'm looking, and these are beautiful.
Well, these are in my home.
Ah.
And then I have a show up in the library up in Brookhaven. It's been up there since February.
Okay.
Okay? And it is a beautiful show as well. His work is just, I mean, he makes the canvas just open up and comes alive.
It does, and it almost looks 3D, a lot of it. It's beautiful. I love it. And I'm a colorful person too, so I love all these colors.
Well, when we were living in San Diego, he would do murals in the Hispanic and the barrio.
Oh, wow.
And they did, I mean, and he's got a lot of influence. They would always call him Carlos, véngase. That means come here, Charles. And he would come and they would get together, and he didn't speak too much Spanish, but he comprende, he understood. And they would do the murals, and it was just beautiful. And that's what they need to do downtown in Macomb.
Right, right. It would definitely add some real pretty flair there.
Mm-hmm. If you look up at in Summit, they took bicycles, painted with some different colors, very artistic, and put flowers.
And that's pretty.
Okay, and then they have the music playing. So we could take some of the ideas that Mr. Crossley used to have and do it downtown here in Macomb, because we have plenty of artists here.
That's right. We do have plenty of artists here. Well, when you met your husband, was he doing art then? Or
Oh,
was it
yes.
after?
I was doing a play. I've been on stage since I've been 3, and I'm not gonna tell you how many years that is. But anywho, I'm doing this play, passing out flyers, and I meet him. And then he comes to our church, and a year later, dun, 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 I'm getting married. But 3 months later, guess what? We're moving to Mississippi. What? Shock.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I understand the culture shock.
Oh, was that a culture shock?
Yes.
But now this place is home, and you know, people like you, Miss Maddie, and everybody, everywhere I go, I know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I know somebody, and they'll just start talking.
Right.
Mhm.
And I mean, we call them friends.
Yeah.
And people do talk about the South
Mhm.
and the Bible Belt and the friendliness of the South. And it is true, because we moved from the big city of Baton Rouge, and it was a very big culture shock. But I love it. This is my home.
Mhm.
These are my friends.
Right. And you know, the art here represents, and when you're going to take pictures of the different pieces, they represent so much of what he put into the art. Oh, and I said, well, where did you get that idea from? Oh, well, I'm sitting here listening to some blues and a little vino. And it would come out, and you'd be saying, my gosh. And then he said, my spirituality, because his walk with the Lord. And he just would put all that into his work, you know, because he wanted it to come to life so that people could really enjoy it. Because you'll see something in that picture that I won't see.
Right.
Okay, Judy's in the eye of the beholder.
That's exactly right.
And you're gonna see something that I'm not gonna see.
And he wanted it that way, didn't
Yeah, he wanted
he?
it.
He didn't want it to be just, this is my painting and this is what I see and this is what you should see.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it.
And I just think, especially, he has one here that represents Christ on the cross.
Okay,
Okay, and this was one right back here.
right back there. Wow.
Yeah, and so, I think with this library here, the hybrid library, hybrid art gallery, and story hour, using technology and not flip phones, using technology really enhances what we have to go through
Right.
today.
It does.
Can you imagine Scooter Mouse in a Tesla with Miss Maddie, and we hack it? She thinks she's going to Hattiesburg, and we send her to Jackson. And you know, today you can do that.
Wow.
And I told Alice Mitchell, the one that writes the books, I said, Alice, let's do that. Let's put that in one of your next books.
I think I kind of like the flip phones myself.
You do?
I don't have one, but sometimes I wish I did.
Well, Miss Maddie's the second person I've met that has a flip phone. A dear friend of mine named Henry Green of Williams Brothers, he has one. And I just go, oh my gosh, you in the 18th century.
And you hear Miss Maddie giggling in the background.
Is she not gonna say anything?
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to get her to, but she doesn't.
She doesn't seem that she wants to respond.
She doesn't want to be in the limelight.
Oh, really? That's what this is?
So how many children did y'all have?
Oh, well, we didn't have, we are combined.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a combination family.
Wow.
And so I have 2 boys, and he has a boy and a girl.
Okay.
And so together, with those children, we have 23 grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
I have one son that has 9.
What a blessing.
Isn't that something?
What a
And
blessing.
Michelina, my daughter, she just had her 6th child.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
And she's a teacher, and she teaches through remote.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's what she does. So we're all in this together, and I think one of the greatest things is that we can love each other, respect each other, and share the blessings that God has given us
Yes, ma'am.
through art.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
Well,
Well, did Mr. Crossley, how long did it take him to do a painting?
just depending on what he was putting into it. You know, we got this studio. This is our second art studio that we have on Front Street, and he'd go over there to the studio, and I see him in the afternoon. You know, and he'd come on in. Well, I'd be driving a bus. I used to work for the school, plus the radio, and then I worked in communities, working with children, trying to help them in their school.
Okay.
And so our talent that God had put together made us one.
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
It is.
And he's buried on my property,
Okay.
and it looks like a flower garden.
Oh.
So,
Wow.
so it's real nice. And so we have a swing, and sometimes the swing is swinging, and there's no wind. So we said, uh-oh, that's Chuck.
Just out there, swinging
yeah.
on his swing.
Swinging on his swing, yeah. But I think that in marriages that you have to share.
Right, right, right.
And, you know, I think you're getting some pecking orders.
I
or something.
am.
And why do you think that's happening? Is she now the director?
Well, okay, tell us about the pictures, the one on the easel behind you up top.
This, well, let's see, how can I do this?
If you just tell us about it and I can take the pictures
Oh,
and.
okay,
and
all
have
right.
them.
Well, the picture represents shoes and life and the tread that you put on this earth. You know, you're gonna leave your footprint here,
Right.
and that's what that's representing. What is your footprint going to be when you leave here? Because we're all going.
Right, right.
And it's what you put out and what you give to your community and to your family. And through your footprint, people can see what you have accomplished or haven't accomplished.
Where you've been.
Mhm. Then this one here represents Christ on the altar, on the cross, and his suffering. And the colors, the flames of colors that come out. And when I look up at the cross at our church at St. Al's, and I think, you did this all for us. They even on the cross, they have, it looks like real blood on his body. But that's what this represents here.
Okay.
And then we have, this is what I call it Diddy Bishop. It's everybody represented, community. And people just coming together, celebrating life, okay? And that's what that one is. And the one behind it, that is for the musicians, the artists. And then he loved musicians, he loved the blues and gospel music. Just awesome. And then the one over in the corner, it represents a family.
Right.
Represents a
Family.
family.
And it makes me think of Mary and Joseph and
Oh,
Jesus.
right, yeah, uh-huh.
The
The
greatest
Holy Family,
family that,
La Familia,
so beautiful.
right. Is that it?
That's what we have here. I know that he has a lot more.
Oh, yes,
doesn't
like
he?
I said, we have the library in Brookhaven. It's up there, a lot of his work. And thank God the work is there, because when the studio caught on fire, that work was all gone.
That's right, you did have a fire
Mhm.
over at the studio.
Mhm.
Was everything safe that you had in there?
Mhm.
Nothing was harmed? And that's a
Just the-
blessing.
Yeah, just the floors and stuff like that.
But none of the paintings?
None of the paintings. And so, just very blessed that happened. And the young man that came in and told me that the place was on fire, I didn't even know it was on fire. I'm sitting up there reading, and it's on fire, you know.
Wow, I didn't realize it, I
I
guess.
didn't even realize it, didn't even smell it, nothing. That was just fine, I was sitting there. In another world, that's what I do. That's why I love the library so much.
Right,
Because it can
right,
take me to so many different worlds.
right, right.
And this is an asset for this community, and a lot of people don't utilize it as like they should.
Right, I do agree, I agree. And I'm thankful for our library here. In each county,
Mm-hmm.
we have 9, so I'm thankful for
Pike,
every
Emmett,
one of them.
Walthall.
Pike County, Emmett County, and Walthall County.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is just great. Well, literature, what was the first book that you read that you respond to still today as an adult?
The Bible,
Okay,
most definitely the Bible.
the Bible. Right. Mine was Nancy Drew. Nancy Drew, it took me so many places.
Right,
And the Hardy Boys.
right.
And
yeah.
Encyclopedia Brown. Did you ever read that series?
I did not. I read a little bit of the Nancy Drew. I prefer the Hardy Boys over Nancy Drew because she's gonna get knocked out in every book. You'd think she'd learn a lesson. You know, like don't turn your back on your enemy.
But Nancy Drew, I just fell in love. So what I would do, you know, at the end of the book story, it would tell you what was next one going to be. Well, I would pretend like I had an asthma attack, so my mother would go buy me a book.
And so that's how you got the Nancy Drew books. And those are a really good series.
Mhm.
The Nancy Drew, the Hardy Boys, all the detectives, and I do like a good murder mystery.
Mhm.
I love a good murder mystery.
Well, I think you learn so much, and what I do with my grandchildren, I act the parts out with them.
Right.
I said, now, one granddaughter, she can read great, but retention and really understanding, she doesn't have that. So we act out the parts, and then she learns. And that's how I would do with my boys. I'm with Macbeth, Hamlet, and all that. Act it out, boy. To be or not to be.
Oh,
So this is gonna be on YouTube, right?
this is gonna be on our YouTube and our Facebook.
Okay. Well, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Well, and thank you for coming and loaning your art to us to do this program.
Well, it's to be shared.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and as we share amore, love to each other, we give. And when we give, we make community,
Right.
okay? Do
Right.
you know what the word wait means?
Wait.
When you go to a restaurant, the waiter or the waiter serves you.
Right.
That's what wait means,
To serve.
to serve. And on that note, when I get off my show, I say, that's a wrap. Read and pray, trust and obey, and have a great day, and we'll see you. On the what?
Well, it was so good to have you.
Well, thank you. Now I'm gonna go eat.
Go eat, Miss Fern.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.